Hello student, welcome back to my channel. In this section of my video, I will going to discuss about some sensing of remote sensor and the distinguish between the two sensor. One is the passive sensor and another is the active sensing. So, how it is different from one another, it is important to understand. If we study the sensor of remote sensing, in case of the sun provides very convenient source of energy for remote sensing. So the sun's energy is either reflected as it is for the visible wavelength or absorbed and then re-emitted as it is for thermal infrared wavelength. So remote sensing system with measure energy that is naturally available are called as passive sensor. Passive sensor basically takes about when the natural available energy of the source are used for sensing the object. Okay, in that case we use the passive sensor. So So the main advantages and disadvantages of this sensing is it can be only take during the time when the sun is illuminating the earth. Okay, so this is the disadvantages of this because in the absence of the illuminating of the suns there is a no sensing happening due to the absence of the energy of the sun. So there is a no reflected energy is available from the sunlight light. So energy that is naturally emitted, such as thermal infrared, can be detected day or night as long as the amount of energy is large enough to be recorded. So another part is the active sensor. In the figure you can understand the passive sensor is the radiation or the illuminating of the sun. This is the instrument or satellite is capturing or observing this information by using the illuminating of solar radiation. After that, in case of active sensor there is a another hand provided their own energy sources for illumination. There is a own energy sources. So the sensor emits radiation which is directed towards the target to be investigated. The radiation reflected from the target is detected and measured by the sensor. So in that case of active sensor, there is a having own illumination source of energy. So in that case, it is different from the passive sensor. So the radiation reflected from the target is detected by the measuring by the sensor. So advantages of active sensor including it measurement any times. Okay, in that case of passive sensor we can measure only in the illuminating of solar radiation, okay, time at the daytime. But in case of active sensor we can capture or observing data anytime due to the presence of own source of energy. Advantages of activity of this active sensor is that is different from the passive sensor. So active sensor can be used for examining wavelengths that are not sufficiently provided by the sun, such as microwaves, or a better control the wave target is eliminated. However, active system require the generation of fairly large amount of energy to activate the illuminating target. Some example of the active sensor are the laser or fluorescence sensor and a synthetic. This is the example of the active sensor. So this is the basically a small video for knowing the information about the active sensor and passive sensor. So in this in the next part we can covering the various parts of remote sensing and other educational knowledge. Okay, so friends, if you come to my channel at first, then please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to get the latest information of my video. Thank you.